So let's have a look. This is a love reading. Let's take a look. What are the energies you need to know at this point when you run across this video? What is it you need to know? Big chunk of cards coming out. Yeah, some sort of indecision. Something to do with harmony and justice here. So whether something's just right. But you know what's interesting? Someone here failed to see. And it has to do with some sort of indecision. It could be moving, relocating. But I feel for a lot of you it has to do with some time in between. See, finding harmony and balance, time in between. So this is somebody here who I feel didn't see something. Well, this is someone who often doesn't see something coming. So someone's reaching out. Someone was in transition. Some sort of transition. But it's all about taking lessons learned from the past, but someone didn't see something coming. And I mean, it could be someone reaching out from a distance here, but I feel it's someone distancing themselves from a situation, transition, time in between. Now we have harmony. So someone's about to reach out here. It has to do with stability, partnerships, but it's all about this long-term stability, safety, security, financial stability. I find this interesting because I'm feeling that this is a person I feel reaching out after a period of time. It's someone who was in transition. They didn't see something coming. They were in decision. Someone never made a decision. They were unable to make a decision. But I got to tell you, I feel like you're not going to see this coming because there's going to be some kind of truth. Someone's kind of having epiphany, that aha moment. It has to do with victory, justice. Somebody wants to make something right, but it's a decision. The decision is whether this is the right decision. But it's all about harmony, balance, being fair. Somebody maybe wasn't fair. It's possible there's time in between where someone's, I mean, it's an energy of someone moving on from a situation, things calming down, time in between. Tell me about the Two of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. Tell me about the Two of Swords. This is someone who's learned something. See, curiosity, learning something about someone, a situation. But it's someone who was unable to make a decision. They were kind of in their head a little bit. It's someone who didn't tell somebody something. Yeah, now we have the Queen of Pentacles. See, this is someone seeing. Now, this could be a feminine. You may not see this coming. It has to do with curiosity, knowing, learning something. Something's been learned. It has to do with the Queen of Pentacles, someone who's stable, very balanced, definitely someone who's marriage material. But it's also the energy of this past, see, time in between. Now we have the Queen of Cups. See, this is someone now curious. They're seeing something they didn't see. They're seeing the Queen of Cups, someone who's kind, compassionate, open. Now, it could be someone actually traveling from a distance here. But it has to do with harmony and justice, being fair. Somebody here maybe wasn't fair, or there was some sort of injustice, but it's something that's going to be made right. Yeah, it has to do with the situation. It's an energy of life path, choice, decision, crossroads, but it has to do with something that never goes to the next level. But there's a person who's very curious. They've learned something during this time in between. I feel somebody wants to make something right. Maybe they didn't treat you right, or they just didn't feel like you were the right person. But there's things being learned, and there's something that I feel the feminine didn't know. We have this motherly energy, someone very gracious, very generous. It's an energy of a person who's supportive, someone who's always there for someone through thick and thin. So someone's learning something about you, about this energy. Look at that. Now we have this energy of the High Priest. See, someone kept it all in. They kept it to themselves. See, privacy, things that someone didn't know, they now know. Interesting. Let's have a look at justice. Justice, justice, justice. Yeah, you look at that. See, it's somebody who wasn't ready. This is a person who's not ready, but it is a positive communication. This is someone who was focusing on self, For some reason, someone had to make a choice here to focus on self, because it's a person who's not ready to take something to the next level. But I feel like it's more, the vibe that I'm getting is this is a person who kept it all in. Privacy, approaching someone. I don't know if you were, did you avoid someone or were they avoiding you? Yeah, you can see this as someone, some sort of shock surprise that you don't see coming. See, someone didn't see this coming. It's a shock and a surprise. Now, I don't know if you knew this person. I mean, this is a youthful, playful, positive communication where someone actually, there was excitement here. And there's curiosity all this time in between. Someone was curious. Maybe you were curious about someone and you reached out and they didn't respond. But I'm going to tell you, they were shocked and surprised. It's definitely someone who wasn't ready. And yeah, because something had just ended. It all has to do with more than likely the timing. See, something had just ended. Now, if this is someone you knew when you were young, because I'm seeing that youthful energy, and maybe you are very, I mean, it's playful, youthful. It's generally a positive communication where someone doesn't see it coming. But something painful had just happened. It was a shock, something that was devastating. So it looks like it was the end of a relationship. It's like you crossed paths with this person at that time. Now it's someone who's seeing the light. See, someone's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. There's time in between. Someone's made peace with their past. They've moved on, possible moving, relocating. But this is a person who's rising like the phoenix from the ashes. They now see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's something that's over. It's finished. But I feel that's what was happening at this particular time, because it has to do with the end of a marriage, a long-term relationship. So it was a secret that came out, and this person was shocked and devastated, I feel. It was very painful, but it's over. Because you may have reached out to this person at this time, or they reached out to you. Maybe you were going through it, or they were. But someone kept it all in. They kept it all to themselves. They didn't say anything. Yeah, see, we have this magician, see, manifesting. Someone now has all the tools, the information. They've learned something. And they see this. This is someone who maybe felt someone was manipulated, but they were dealing with something like that already. So they now have all the tools, they have the information, everything they need to manifest their desires. It has to do with someone reaching out to communicate. Tell me about the magician. This is a person, see, it's an energy of someone taking the lead, reaching out. And we have a person putting on the brakes, taking a look at this. This is someone, I mean, it feels, some of you may have ended something if you are the feminine, but I feel, I mean, to me it looks like this person was going through an ending. Because it's like not seeing something coming. Because I see this past, but it's like someone telling someone here. They've learned something about this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups energy. Someone who's private. They keep things to themselves. Someone who sticks to themselves, but very stable, grounded, emotionally stable as well. So but this is a person who's there for someone through thick and thin. Now this person's learning something. They're coming in to take the lead. They put on the brakes. They're taking another look. This is someone who's determined to succeed. They're ready to communicate. They want to communicate something. I think there's going to be a little bit of a aha moment, a little shock, surprise, because with this is someone finding out truth. And it's about winning, determined to win. This is someone who's seeing things, definitely seeing things different from an ending. But it's a person rising like the phoenix from the ashes. Look at that. Planning, preparing, hoping for success. Someone's ego may have taken a hit because they felt someone was manipulating. This is someone who's been manipulated, and they were possibly dealing with that. So they put on the brakes. But it has to do with someone chasing someone. But it also has to do with a situation that wasn't a victory because someone's ego took a hit, their pride. See, it's an energy of someone who has people who manipulate because they can provide. Stable, maybe a business owner. They have, could be family, money, legacy, long term. This is someone who, it's definitely a person, I feel overall that there's some sort of trust issues because they're putting on the brakes. But now this is someone who's learned something. They found something out, that someone's kind, compassionate, successful, or at least stable. Because this is someone who, it's like people chase them because they have money. Like I say, family legacy. A business, maybe a family business, could be anything, but it's about long-term stability, feeling safe and secure, stable. Yeah, so someone finding this out. Look at that. There's people, some kind of place, people talking, communicating, some sort of celebration. Someone's finding out some positive news, that you're not chasing. And it's an energy. It could be just a realization. You're not chasing them. You're not coming after them. Because it's like you reached out and they ignored, but there's all this time in between, things that someone didn't know. Now they know. See, they want to know. They want to know something. Very curious energy. And it could have been yourself. If you're you're curious about someone. Someone here maybe you knew when you were young. Like I say, all this time in between, curious. But there's all this unknown. And someone has definitely kept something all in. I feel from the other person, because I'm seeing perspective here. But that's what someone was dealing with. Shock, surprise. But there was also excitement. Someone, like I say, very excited, feeling positive. But it has to do with what happened at a particular time. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. Why is this here? Ace of Swords energy. Why is this here? Because it's someone looking at this. Oh yeah, you got an Emperor. It has to do with truth. Victory, someone who's determined to win. They're taking control. This is someone putting on the brakes, seeing things from differently here. But it has to do with having all the tools. They've learned something. They now have the tools, the information. This is someone who's mastering life. But what they're going to do is take control, because it has to do with these people. There is positive news, people saying good things. See, someone who's stable, sensible, practical person, but also very private. So there's this privacy, all this unknown. And this is someone taking the lead. You see that, taking control, because they're seeing truth, victory, that little aha moment. They've learned something. Tell me about the High Priestess. All this time in between, all this unknown. Yeah, we have a feminine energy. See, someone's speaking truth. Now, this could be a person, someone at a distance, communicating, speaking truth. I see travel, possibly here. But it has to do with this Queen of Swords, someone seeing the bigger picture. So it has to do with someone, see, privacy, keeping it in, keeping a secret, not to say anything. See, some of you may have had someone don't say anything. I don't know if you're avoiding someone or someone was avoiding you, because I can see this avoiding. But we have a person who is actually very excited, but it's finding out truth that something ended. So some of you now know things that were unknown during this time in between. You've learned this person had just ended something, or it's vice versa. But it has to do with speaking truth, honesty, integrity. Somebody very intelligent. It's a person who also sees the bigger picture. Queen of Pentacles, you can see this is a person who often grounds himself and looks into the future about whether you see yourself with someone. Yeah, but I mean, I can see someone trusting their inner knowing. It's like you just know. It's like someone just knows. I feel like you know, and you're keeping it to yourself. Or it's someone here who is telling someone a truth. Tell me about this Chariot. Yeah, it has to do with a love. It has to do with love, a bond, a connection. So this is someone putting on the brakes, taking another look. It has to do with love, a bond, a connection. Someone's manifesting love. They want to communicate. It could be someone who, I mean, when I see this, it's like someone who should have just told someone maybe the truth, but I feel there was truth, and this is someone possibly finding out truth. Someone had feelings. But I feel someone's telling somebody that this feminine is someone who's always there through thick and thin, a friend. See, I see friends gathering, getting together, and it's an energy where someone was planning, preparing, hoping for the best. But it's about providing. Tell me about the Lovers. Yeah, this is someone pushing someone away, not sure what to believe. So it's a person whose guard's up, feeling defensive, someone pushing someone away. And there we have it. See this energy of lack. It's about providing. See, someone didn't believe something, what someone was telling them. Now they do, because now they're seeing it different. They're seeing this, seeing it isn't, it's an energy of insecurity, but it's someone who didn't believe what someone was saying. Now they believe it because they have all the tools. They found something out. They found out some kind of evidence or proof. Yeah, it's a person who was definitely in a negative energy, because it looks like we have a relationship that ended. So there was this sort of lack and negativity. But I'm telling you, this is someone finding out good news. I do see someone who feels lonely, lacking love. So someone was definitely in that negative energy, thinking negative things. But now we have this house, this home, a reason to celebrate. Someone's found out something positive. I see a gathering, getting together, stability, but it's a reason to celebrate. It has to do with someone moving, relocating, a house, a home. See, I feel we have someone who was assuming that someone was chasing them because they've been manipulated before. It's often a person who's putting out a lot of money to someone here. So there's this energy of insecurity, lack, and negativity. It's just a lot of negative thoughts because somebody wasn't believing. It's my believer card. They weren't believing something to be true. See, now they're finding out truth. I feel like we have a person who, tell me, and I do see Libra energy, justice, judgment. Let's have a look at the Queen of Swords. Yeah, it's a person here who just feels like giving up. They're looking back at this and they feel like giving up. But this person's learned something. I feel the feminine has learned too. Maybe you've learned some truth. Someone's told you this is someone who felt like giving up, but it's about taking the lessons learned, putting something behind. This person's not giving up. I mean, it's an energy of this. I mean, an emperor is someone who doesn't give up. They're not a quitter. Now we have the Empress, two people. Can't believe that just came out. It's an energy of someone who's open, but it has to do with some kind of aha moment in truth, of victory. This could have gone in both of your favor. But it's like this person's learned something from, I feel the Queen of Swords could be another person, someone who kept a secret. It's like they knew, but they didn't say anything. Now this is all coming out. It's all coming out in the open because this is rising like the phoenix, an energy of something that ended. And this is a person here, like I feel you might have known this person when you were young, playful, youthful. Someone here maybe here for a good time. See, this is somebody who was dealing with someone. Maybe they were younger, here for a good time, not a long time. Something didn't last a long time. But it's a person I feel who felt like giving up. And I feel it's more like the Emperor, but I mean, it's an energy of determination. Tell me about, I don't know, and it could be jealousy too. Often that's my jealousy card. It'll come up that way because of someone who, I mean, it has to do with someone who's keeping a secret, keeping something to themselves when they knew the truth. So it's someone who should have told someone something and they didn't. But it is coming out in the open because someone's seeing things clearly. Look at that, taking a step back, seeing things different. It's just, you're different than their usual type too, but now this person, after a period of time in between, they're seeing things completely different. They're finding out you're different. You're not like the other people who chase them. So it has to do with a love and a bond and a connection between two people. It's someone who's lonely. They long for love. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's both people. Tell me more about temperance. So it's an energy of a test. See someone reaching out. There's somebody who wasn't prepared. They weren't ready. Now someone's ready. It's an emperor. And it's also financially, but also this energy of the empress, ready. Temperance. Yeah, we got a person who's been in their head, tempering their thoughts. See, someone's getting out of their head. And they're doing a lot of thinking. They're now seeing the bigger picture. It has to do with something that ended. They were ending something. They had cut someone out. So this is, and you may have reached out at that time and this person chose to not respond. But now they're seeing things differently. They're seeing the light, seeing you in a different light because they're finding out truth. And this has to do with honesty, integrity. It has to do with clearing things up. It has to do with communicating honesty. See, this is someone who didn't believe it. Maybe it felt too good to be true. But this is someone who's now seeing this energy. Very wise. They also trust their inner knowing. It's like all the things that they know, but all these things that they don't know during this time in between. Tell me about the King of Swords. What is this person's intentions? Oh yeah, this is someone who longs for love. Yeah, see, it's an energy of someone reminiscing about how something happened, the way it took place. It's a crush, but it's often just someone reminiscing. Someone who's lonely, they long for love. And there's the energy of frustration. Someone was frustrated, mixed messages, mixed signals, feeling confused because of all this unknown. This is a person who's been manipulated and deceived before, so this is what they're seeing because this just happened. They'd been deceived. They felt defeated. They felt like just giving up. But now they're finding out this truth because I feel some of you maybe reached out to this person at a very bad time. Yeah, they are stable. This is someone who's since grounded themselves. They're kind of looking into the future. Very goal-oriented person. So it's about achievements as well. But they're looking at what it is that they hoped to achieve. They are stable financially. Maybe a business owner. I see a house, a home. But it's about what someone can provide. This is someone who has people who come after them because of what they can provide. It's never about love. And that's why a situation never lasted. Could have been someone someone who's younger had no real intentions of sticking around. It's just, like I say, frustration, confusion. But this is someone who now knows something. Tell me about that Four of Wands, because there's some kind of good news, some kind of get-together, gathering. This person may be planning something. Look at that gathering. As soon as I said that, a place where people socialize, a safe place. It's stability. Friends, family. Friends who were like family, soul family. But it's about this person planning something. They're planning and preparing. See, this is someone who wasn't prepared. They're now prepared. It could be someone who's putting a lot of money out, maybe a divorce, things like that. They weren't ready, maybe child support, alimony. Things just felt off because this is someone who's definitely very guarded, being very careful what they believe because it's like they believed somebody and then they got manipulated. So there's a person who's, but they are, like I say, very grounded. They're looking at this situation very carefully. It's about trying. See, you're different than their usual type. Look at that, their feelings. This is someone mastering all the elements of the Emperor, deep within their emotions. So this is somebody who's emotionally mature, available, but because of temperance, tempering their passions, tempering the emotions, which tells me a lot of self-control. Someone who's gotten out of their head. They've grounded themselves. They're their own anchor. This is often a person who doesn't tell people personal things. They don't easily let someone in because this is someone who's been manipulated. Yeah, look at that. King of Cups, someone deep within their feelings here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Everything they could ever want, but they're also releasing things that no longer serve them. This is someone learning to love themselves, knowing worth and value. But look at that self-respect. If you're the person who pushed this person away, they actually have respect. But a lot of this is having faith and hope. They feel like there's hope. And I see mutual friends getting together. So there's something about that too, the mutual friends, family, that you're both feeling mutual. I feel there was mutual feelings. This is something they're learning. And I do see kindness, compassion, forgiveness. So something could be forgivable because we have a feminine who's finding out truth, something they didn't know. And if you reached out to this person at that time, you probably didn't know. I see curiosity. But this person's also now curious. I love this energy. Let's have a look at the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, see things happening very quick. Communication, opportunity. So someone who feels like they need to hurry up here. So it's about movement, taking control, making a move. Eight of Wands. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because it's finding out this energy, things happening fast. This person got overwhelmed. There was a lot of overwhelming energy. It's a person who has just walked away, but now it's not where they're going. They've learned lessons. They've left it all in the past. I feel both of you. It's about the stars aligning. It's about being in alignment. This is someone who felt something was just too good to be true. They were very guarded. But I do see this energy of walking away. See, it wasn't emotionally fulfilling. Someone's left something behind, but now it's getting ready for new. It's not where they're going or where they were. It's where they're going. So interesting. Yeah, it's an energy of someone it's a masculine who's cut someone out. And I feel some Aquarius energy where they're releasing this. The situation didn't serve them. Could be they were with someone younger who was just looking for someone to provide. But I do feel this is someone who provides. I mean, they're definitely a provider. Providing, like I say, alimony, child support, providing for children. It's likely a little bit different for everyone, but this is definitely someone who's seeking new. Ready for something new, going down this path. See, with someone who's compatible, they're acknowledging something here. The skills, what someone brings to the table. But you can see there's an energy of another person or people, friends. There's things that are being acknowledged. Compatibility. Sacrifice, compromise. But it's about going down this path, teaming up. See, it's all about teaming up, getting together. I feel there's people collaborating. Now that I see it, see people collaborating, coming together about an opportunity. It's an energy of someone making a move, momentum. There's movement. Could be someone trying to find out why somebody walked away, or you're finding out truth why someone walked away, vice versa. There's definitely some truths. But it's all about a victory. Yeah, look at that, an energy of change. This is an energy of change. Well, and it actually goes here. That's where I was speaking. But it has to do with the tables turning. See, everything's turned around. The tables are turned. Someone's pride got in the way. This is someone who felt defeated. Their pride took a hit. See, it was sudden. But I tell you, they wanted this. There was excitement. But yet something had just ended. So, oh yeah, it's a person who really was frustrated in their head, but it has to do with defeat. Somebody felt defeated. Because it's almost like a person feels someone's chasing them for money. Didn't believe that somebody was stable, but they're now finding out truth. It's what two people provide for each other, coming together, providing for each other. It's about getting those cups filled, and that's what's going to come out here. But the tables are turned. So there's some sort of change. A lot of growth, prosperity. Yeah, it's a person who's definitely changed, feeling confident. Someone who has a lot of self-control, self-worth. See, we have a feminine, someone who knows their worth and value. But I'm going to tell you, this person with the world here in this, they hold you in high regard. It's about valuing what they value. They've learned about what it is they value most. It's love. It's coming together with someone compatible. But there's people collaborating and keeping a secret. See, there's something they didn't know. They're finding something out. But I feel like this person's planning and preparing something, maybe with these people. But it's about change, positive change, change for the better. This person's definitely moved on. And they feel confident. They have a lot of inner strength. I see also finding out truth. There's something forgivable. See, it's about forgiveness. And it has to do with patience and timing, something at the right time. See, it wasn't the right time. So I do see this energy of patience. Investing, yeah, see, it's an energy of a situation that ended. There's truth coming out. Every ending has a new beginning. I don't know if maybe both of you had just ended something, but every ending has a new beginning, and I can see this person releasing. This is a situation where someone was in a relationship, a commitment, even a marriage with somebody. It's where that wasn't meant to be. This is meant to be. The stars are aligning. See, it has to do with the timing because something ended at that time. It's very internal too. Someone was overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed. But it's also someone who has that realization this situation didn't serve them. This is where the alignment is. Oh my gosh. Definitely an energy of spirituality, a little bit of a spiritual journey here. Someone who's gone through probably a little bit of awakening here. Tell me more about the death and rebirth. Every ending has a new beginning. Yeah, this person's, see, they're preparing to reach out emotionally. You're different than their usual type. So you're not the same. And that's what I feel. They've learned this. But the strength, confidence, kindness, compassion. This is someone finding that out. They're going to reach out. It's a little bit of a test to see if you reciprocate, if you feel the same. But I think they already know the answers they're seeking. See, this is, like I say, I feel like it's someone who felt defeated, felt like giving up. This is often the feminine. I give up. Throwing their hands in the air, I just give up. Give me something worth working for. Because I feel some of you, and I do feel like you had given up something if you're the feminine watching this. Okay? Because it's like someone doesn't see something coming. But there's something that's been learned. This is about learning. Curiosity. I feel you were curious. You reached out maybe to someone, or it could be the other way around. But I do feel there's things that were unknown. Tell me about this Page of Swords. What did this person learn? Oh, putting in effort. Building. See, someone putting in effort. They're learning what someone does for work. But it's also inner work, self-worth. And there's the Cup, putting in the effort. So this is somebody who, if you have felt like giving up, it's like saying don't give up. The Empress isn't a quitter either. But it's an energy of putting something behind, because I can see someone looking back. Someone's putting something behind them. It's a person who wasn't over something. See, it's kindness, compassion. They weren't quite over it, but they were putting it in the past. So I feel like this is things that were unknown during this time in between are now known. So I see kindness, compassion, forgiveness, a lot of inner strength. Tell me more about the strength. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, it's an energy of someone who's assessing the situation, planning, preparing, hoping for the best, hoping that if they reach out, you're interested. It's about showing interest, self-control, patience, planning, preparing. So this is someone possibly coming back around after a period of time. Some of you have moved on. Some of you have moved on from a situation, or this person has. But look, at there's that truth again. See, planning, preparing, hoping for victory, success, because you can see this is an idea. Someone's planning something, and I feel they're collaborating with people to bring the two of you together. So they're going to reach out. Now, whoever reaches out could be a friend or a friend of a friend, a mutual friend. But it's the feelings are mutual. You both want this. And now we have, see, a person who's determined. They're not giving up. Victories. Person's win or lose, they're coming in. Because it's like, what do they have to lose? This is someone who was definitely looking at all the things that they've lost. Because there was a painful ending. But this is the person who rises like the phoenix from the ashes. They're not giving up. This person's going to be reaching out. And they are very I feel this is also someone very masculine, very charming, very creative. See, they look at the things that you have in common. I see common friends, common people possibly, or just creativity, what you both do for a living even. Because this is someone who is feeling like this is something that you're in alignment. It's everything they could ever want. But it's like, I don't know if you reached out and they didn't see it coming. They were overwhelmed. A lot going on. I see there was a very busy time. And that's also a lot of people talking, busy. Something to do with that time, at that time. Yeah, see, it's a person who failed to recognize a magical opportunity. So I don't know if you reached out and they ignored you, and maybe you're now avoiding this person. Because often the Queen of Pentacles acts a little aloof, like they're not interested. But I feel like you were. It's like you're waiting for this offer. There was excitement. But it's all the things that neither one of you knew that you now know. There it is, offering the pentacle. Solid, reliable, building the foundation, invitation to some kind of get-together. But this is somebody who is excited about this. So it's about putting that best foot forward, coming in right. Someone didn't come in right. But it's also someone who's cut someone out for not treating them right. Because I feel they were providing everything. And this other person was kind of just interested in because of what they could provide. So this is a person who sees you that way because of this manipulation. But they now know differently. And they now see things different. Crazy energy. But yeah, they're coming in. And they are determined, charming. This is a person who's... feels like a Cancer energy. It doesn't have to be. It could be their energy, or even Pisces, but it's an energy of a person who is very private. They don't tell people everything that's going on, just a little bit. Because there's this people talking, collaboration, about opportunity, about movement, momentum. This person feels like they need to hurry up. But this is someone who's kind of soft on the inside, kind and compassionate, very soft and emotional on the inside. On the outside, they're very macho and very masculine. They're also stable financially. They do focus a lot on their finances. That could be why something happened in the past, but they're planning and preparing, hoping for the best, assessing this, and they feel confident that you're interested, that they can win. It's about winning you over. Interesting, yeah. Taking a pause, seeing things from a whole different perspective. See the enlightenment, both of you. I feel both of you putting on the brakes, taking another look, seeing things from a whole different perspective. That little pause, you see? This is two people checking each other out too, I feel. Like it's like your paths cross or something, or there's this coming together. A get together at someone's home, a place that's home, friends who are like family, soul family. Deep, a very deep friendship. Someone who has a very deep friendship with someone. A mutual friend, I feel. Someone's going to reach out to you. And it could be on this person's behalf, but I feel they're taking control. They're going to take control of this. Yeah, see, look at getting something going. See, they see things differently. Happiness and joy. They feel so positive. They're actually a very high vibrational, but it's a person who was very sad. And they were feeling lack and loneliness. guarded, defensive. And they have cut someone out because something was off. It didn't feel right. But it's how they reacted to yourself, I feel. Because they're someone who definitely longs for love. But it's an energy of someone who's there through thick and thin. This is someone who feels they can't rely on people. They are a provider. Yeah, to me it looks like, I mean, it's everything they could have ever wanted. And I feel like you're that person who, possibly the one that got away. I'm going to grab a couple outcome cards here. Let's take a look at the Moonology and see what the Moonology has to say. Where is this going? I mean, it's the start of something new. They're going to be the one to start this. They're taking the lead. So someone has, a personal situation has reached fruition. See, there's that Cancer energy that I was saying, like the crab. They're very soft and emotional on the inside, a little more hard and masculine on the outside. So it's about this going within energy, this internal change, this person. And I feel there's some of you have gone through, feminines as well, gone through some kind of change, something that changed you forever. But the interesting is, this is an energy of positive new. Yeah, win-win outcome is forecast. Can't even believe that's coming out. You see balance and harmony between two people. It's about being fair. It's about someone coming in right. And then we have the end of a tough cycle approach is a little Capricorn energy. So which is telling me stability, planning, preparing, someone preparing. King and Queen of Pentacles, the power couple. This is an energy of a tough cycle approaching. So there's planning and preparations being made. Someone's preparing. And it's an energy of someone very close to achieving their goal. You're very close to achieving your goal. And I know this is a long video, but I had to really dig into this because I feel there's something very spiritual, very something about the two of you. About you both, it's like you both wanted this. There was excitement, but man, oh man, was the timing off. This person just was guarded, defensive. They just didn't believe it. It's too good to be true. So I feel they may have pushed you away. And they regret it. They feel they've missed a magical opportunity. So it's an energy of asking yourself what it is you need to release. What is it you need to let go of? Okay, and they could be asking themselves that, but it's telling you now, what do you need to let go of? And I feel what it is it's about letting someone in emotionally. Okay? Because we have King and Queen of Cups, King and Queen of Pentacles energy, Emperor and Empress. It's mastering your emotions, your feelings, mastering life. This is about two people being in alignment. See, it's an energy again. Someone's seeing the bigger picture. See, it's about seeing the bigger picture. So this is something that could go somewhere. But it has to do with someone making a bold move. Be bold and make the first move. This is someone who needs to be bold and make the move. Because I feel what we have is a feminine who may have done that. And this person was dealing with this and they're going, oh no, not again. This situation doesn't serve. It's not in my best interest. You see? And there could be people telling you this isn't in your best interest. Like I feel there's a friend of a friend or someone here. But I'm going to tell you, this is about two people who have everything they need to manifest their desires. And I do see happiness and joy. It's all about perspective. It's all about how you both see each other. It's an energy of someone who gives advice. There could be unwanted advice here too. But it's telling you to just look at this. Someone's making a bold first move. They're going to make a move. And confidence, again, taming the beast, confidence. This is someone coming in confident, brave. What they hope to achieve is a win, and they're not giving up. And the last one, have faith in your dreams. See someone's dreams, they have faith. It's telling you, to the viewer too, have faith in your dreams. If this is somebody that you really want, and it is an energy of someone who's honest, loyal, faithful, I do feel like this person is someone that fits that. But if people are telling you or telling this person the situation doesn't serve, it's not in your best interest, and some of you may have dealt with that, or this person. See, someone's giving advice here, telling someone it's like someone telling someone how they should feel, not letting someone feel things the way they feel. And I just get that vibe here, someone who gives someone advice. And it's not, and I feel for some of you, it's not necessarily good advice. So I feel we have someone releasing that, trusting their own intuition, their own inner knowing, how they feel, not someone telling them how they should feel. And I just get that vibe, and that's why I feel someone's working through their fears. See, there's that Scorpio energy, that inner transformation. Someone's working through this, doing some inner work. I have to keep going. Prosperity lies ahead. Planning, preparing for the best. Prosperity. Surrendering to the divine. So there's a very spiritual connection. This is often when spirit puts two people together for a reason. And often it doesn't go anywhere because we have people who need to heal. They need to learn to release all these things that no longer serve. Because it's one of the cards is, what is it you need to let go of? It could be some people who get in the way. It could be anything. So it's telling you to really look at that. And I feel this person too, releasing things that don't serve you, not so much people. It could be, but I feel it has to do with pride, releasing pride, ego. It's about two people coming together, what they can provide for each other, not what one person can provide. So you can look at that from your perspective, or it could be the others. But I'm seeing so much happiness and joy. I feel this is very positive, very high vibration. Two people who've left all their baggage behind. It's like you're coming together. The divine is putting you together to learn some lessons. You may have connected with someone and you learned some valuable lessons that changed you forever, knowing your worth and value. This person as well. So it could be other people you've left behind and now you're coming together. But I feel like you've crossed paths with this person. So there's the sun shining. I hope you all the very best. Do take care. I'm sorry this is such a long video, but I really needed to dig into this. It's very spiritual. It's surrendering to the divine, leaving it up to the divine. Okay? It's all about letting go. And that's that surrendering, not just surrendering to the divine, but it's all about what you need to release, to bring love into your life, to be able to connect with somebody long term, through thick and thin. Two people who are there for each other. They support each other. They work together. They're a team. It's the couple that work together, play together, stay together. It's a lot of that energy here. Take care. We'll see you soon.